Hi, my name is Destiny Koyman, and today I'd like to talk to you about the psychology of music. I specifically want to discuss different aspects of music in the brain, how they are related, and how music affects the human brain. First of all, I want to talk about how humans as a whole have this unexplainable propensity toward music. Neurologist Oliver Sacks coined the term musicophilia to describe the gravitation of humans toward music. This term literally means the love of music. Similar to how we develop our linguistical skills, we instinctually respond to music. This happens through perceiving tones, timbre, pitch, intervals, melodies, harmonies, and rhythm, which is a list outlined by Dr. Sacks. He says that we integrate all of these elements and construct music in our minds using many different parts of the brain. And this is a universal thing. It affects all of us, of course, while having varying degrees on different people. But we can all agree that music is an important part of life for many. So now I want to talk a little bit about the relation of music and emotions. According to the theory put forth by Lard Addis, music is a quasi-natural representation of possible states of consciousness. What he's basically saying is that music can represent emotions and it can arouse emotions. He says that music can succeed even in symbolizing to us mood and other aspects of consciousness that language cannot explain. So, how does music affect our brain? Well, neurologist Gottfried Schlag at Harvard found that the great commissure that connects the two hemispheres of the brain is enlarged in professional musicians. It's also interesting to note that other areas of the brain, such as the auditory areas and motor areas, are also enlarged. Let me show you a picture. Just look at the black box. It details some of those 4 areas that are enlarged in a professional musician. Now, does this mean that music makes us smarter? Well, you might have heard of the Mozart effect, and Oliver Sacks writes about it. He says, "It has been said that even a brief exposure to classical music can stimulate or enhance mathematical, verbal, and visuospatial abilities in children, the so-called Mozart effect. This has been disputed, but what is beyond dispute is the effect of intensive early musical training on the young." In the book, The Music Instinct, How Music Works and Why We Can't Do Without It, author Philip Ball writes, "There is no other stimulus besides music which comparably engages all aspects of our mental apparatus and compels them to speak to one another. So the left to right hemisphere, our logic and emotion." He says that's why we don't need any theory such as the Mozart effect to validate the importance of music in development, cognition, education, or socialization. He says it's quite simply a gymnasium for the mind. And this is just a picture of the 2 sides of the brain and music. When you listen to music, play music, compose music, every side of the brain has to interact. So just as we are inept to understand the complexities of the human brain, we've only just scratched the surface in understanding the complexities of music's relationship to the brain. There are so many facets to uncover, and I've only mentioned the human propensity to music, whether that be through our developing of music or simply our just responses to it. I've talked about the effect of music on emotions and how music affects the development and stimulus of the brain. This is an area that I hope will continually be explored as new discoveries are being made. So thank you so much for your time.